Darren, nice cap.
Yes, it is. Aye, yes. Covering my baldy heat.
I bet you'd be quite happy with that.
Very, very happy with large portions, but there's just a couple of situations. Obviously, going 2 goals down, 2 goals really, we shouldn't be conceding. Mainly the first one was off a throw, which again, we spoke about it at half time and we were a lot better. Just the movement, to be fair to them, they're a good side, they have a lot of good movement. Even when they're trying to play from the back, you have the like of the right winger will come inside for the right back, so there's little things to think about in there, but we got a grip of it. But just disappointing to concede the 2 goals, to be honest. As I say, one came from pretty much directly a throw in with a good touch through, come through the centre of the goal, and then the second one again, same thing for me, especially when you're in the defensive third, you got to show them away from the goal, but there was that opportunity to come inside and effectively chip the keeper as such, But, the big thing is, which I think they played the advantage of, which I think we did second half, was the wind. As we know, it's quite a strong wind here. So they used it in terms of their diags. There was caused us a few problems within the game, as I would expect. And, to be quite honest, they invite that pressure because they're a league above. I wanted to see how we adapted to defensive situations today, 1v1s down wide areas, and how we adapted out of possession, and the effort levels will no doubt be fantastic. They put a shift in, but there's just little nitpicking areas that we'll touch upon, and all to make sure it's right for next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be good for confidence, hasn't it, beating a team from the league above?
Yeah, absolutely, because Darlington, they're a good side, very renowned, football league team, and they've. In terms of the quality, you can see the quality they have in the team, and again you can see some of the players, and they give us challenges all over the pitch is what we want, and we knew there were spells that were going to be under the cosh, which we were, but we dealt with it, I felt, and again we presented in possession what we can do. I thought we looked like we could score on many occasions, which again was good. Thought defensively in situations where they overloaded areas, I thought we dealt with them, which again, there was lots of challenges which on the whole, I'm very, very pleased. But as I say, just a little 0.1 percentages that we got to make sure are not there, because Atherton next week, they'll be a difficult challenge. I don't think they'll play as good a football with Darlington did in spells. It might be just from back to front, so it's important that we're adaptable, defensively, and then and when we're in possession, we got to make sure we're clinical, we put our opportunities away.
Yeah, you mentioned Atherton next week. Obviously, you'll be a busy man this week, won't you?
Yeah.
Get things together.
Absolutely. Again, the way I operate is, again, I'll put a lot of thought into what they do, get as much information on them as what I can. I always make sure the focus is on us, 95% on us and what we do. But from my point, I'll get as much information on them as I can, and then drip feed the information to the players that I feel they need to know. So it could be set pieces. They might have a set routine, set pieces that we might need to be aware of. Them little sort of percentages that I think are important to know. But like everything, as I say, 95% is about us. I think we have a lot of quality, we have a lot of strength and depth. Again, you look at how we adapted to different changes. We changed formations within, which again is good in the fact that you can do that, because good personnel can play different positions. But yeah, overall, very pleased. It was great to see supporters back in. We must say when the lockdown games where we couldn't have supporters in, it's sad, because effectively non-league clubs need the support of the teams, the survival of the club, and it was great to have our guys back in today, singing aloud and getting behind the team.
You mentioned new signings in the pre-match interview. Pre-match interview, get it right, Martin.
Yeah.
Can you give the fans a bit of a sniff about what you're looking at?
Yeah, well, one of them's a keeper. I think I've always been very, I like competition all over. I don't want players resting in their laurels and the fact that, you have just one position and, I'm a certainty to play in that, but I don't want it ever to be like that, because effectively then you can take your foot off the pedal. I want us to be in the front foot at all times. You know, there'll be healthy competition. Very sad that we lost Kieran, Isaac, obviously in Pause, you know, Pause was absolutely flying last week until he picked that injury up. So all in all, you know, there's going to be healthy competition all over. If, you know, next week when we play Atherton, if we play a formation we need to change that, we can do that with the personnel to do that. So yeah, one of the formations, obviously goalkeeper. The other's a centre back that I've admired for a long time. A centre back who I believe should be playing a lot higher. But again, it's like everything, just waiting to get the signatures on. And as it's well documented as well, looking for another different type of striker. So I'll be giving that everything I can until, you know, it's basically impossible for next week, and until we get him in, really. So yeah, we'll busy head a week, but a good week to look forward to. I said to the players, we have a training game and Tuesday. I think Thursday will be quite boring because you know, it'll be short and sharp, but a lot of it will be focused on what we do in possession and out of possession and set pieces, and you know, even our set pieces today, we worked a treat. We get a goal from as well. So yeah, bring it on. A good week to look forward to.
Superb. Cheers, Daz.
Thank you all.